Hello everybody, it's great to be with you today. Laura from Fairy Fox Design here, and I can't wait to talk about unicorns. I know that you guys have probably seen me paint a unicorn before, but I want to take you into how to design a unicorn. I decided to put together a cheat sheet for you. You can find this on my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'll make sure the link is down in the description. So you can head there and you can print one of these out for yourself. Now you can use just the printed version like this, or you can slide it in a page protector or a laminator so that you can use the same page over and over again. Like I said, there are a few things that we look at every time we paint a unicorn. The first one is the head position. Are we doing a forward-facing unicorn or one in a neutral position like these three? We can also angle the head down or we can tilt it up. That choice is going to give your unicorn attitude. The next decision that we're going to make is what kind of eye we want. We're going to add the lashes to make it girly. Are we going to make a really round eye to make it look young and cartoony? Are we going to make it angry or bashful or tired? All of these emotions can be communicated just in the way we place the eye. The next thing that's going to be super important is the style of the horn and the accessories that we use. These little extras can tell us a little bit about our unicorn. Are they playing in the flowers? Are they thinking about the magic and the stars? It's so much fun to not just stay boxed in to the unicorn itself, but to have a little bit of fun and reach out there and go for more. Now, as we add the hair, that is the bulk of what I want to talk to you about today. The hair of the unicorn. Why is the hair so important? It's where the change is. It's where the magic is. Now, I encourage you, paint right on top of this. So by using a page like this, we can have that stuff all already there. And then we can decide, okay, how is my hair gonna go on here? And we can come up and down and swoop it out and then curve around. And you don't have to follow what's underneath. You can make the hair however you want. But you can see, okay, I love this hair, but I want there to be a little bit something different on the next one. Once you've spent plenty of time with this template, then you're ready to start doing your unicorn hair all on your own. When you practice your unicorn hair, all you need to do is we need to draw one circle for the unicorn's face, and we draw a second circle for the unicorn's mouth. Then we want a triangle right here that's going to be the ear, and we want to have the neck. So that is the basic shape of a unicorn. You can go ahead and do this with pencil and maybe do it a few times. Get really used to seeing the different proportions. And if you like big ears, if you like small ears, and whatever you want. And you know what? I think let's go ahead and do one more down here. And you can just create as many of these little unicorn shapes as you want. Okay, so there's our unicorn. Now we want to take a look at some hairstyles. There are so many different jobs that a face painter has, but being a professional unicorn hairstylist is totally one of my favorite. So I want you to take a little break from thinking about the unicorn, and I want you to think about people. Think about all the different hairstyles that we enjoy. We might have curly hair. We might have straight. We might have frizzy. We might have like cool hairdos like a ponytail or even a bun. And then think of all the accessories. We have headbands. There are just so many and they are so fun. And so as we think about people hair, the chances now, unicorns love their hair every bit as much as people do, so let's give them some of that love. Now remember, there is going to be a horn on a unicorn. So we just want to kind of remember that that's going to be there as well as we're figuring out where to put the hair in the placement. So how do we do this? How do we take these hairstyles that we know and love and how do we give them to a horse or a unicorn? Well, there are two parts. Just like in our hair, there are two parts of the unicorn hair. We have this section right here that are going to be the bangs. And then we have this section right here, which is going to be the bulk of the hair. We'll call it the locks. So beautiful locks of hair. So now all we have to do is put those in. And so in order to do curly hair, what we want to do is we want to just think of some clouds and put in a nice little cloud right there. And then we'll put in a nice little cloud right here. But remember, anytime you're doing any hairstyle, it doesn't matter which one, hair comes together in big groups or clumps of hair, but it's also single strands. And so in this big clump, there are tons of little tiny pieces. And so we want to go ahead, and as we're putting in the first layer of our hair, we want to keep it in those clumps. So we've got one clump there, put a little bit more right here, and we can just go ahead and get that nice curly do. And you can see we just tucked some even behind, and now we've got beautiful unicorn hair. Okay, but we're not done. We've gotten the clump, but we still want to communicate the individual strands. And so we do that with our line work. We always want to remember that hair grows out of the head. So this is the top of the skull right here. So we want to go ahead, take our flat brush, and we want to bring the hair where it's going to come out of the top of the skull, and it's going to grow right there. And we're just going to have it fall. Now straight hair can sometimes like swing forward a little bit and then come back. And there we go. And then we have the same straight hair that is just coming down. Remember, it's in locks still. So we have that nice straight, but we are getting our straightener out, and she goes to the parlor and gets, you know, the great straight hairdo. And you can see how much fun that is. We define the shape with the color. With straight hair, we want to make sure, and we don't have a whole lot of crazy movement, because maybe this is somebody that she cares so much about her hair that she puts hairspray in it. You know, product is a thing. Why wouldn't unicorns use product? So there are so many ways to create this awesome hair. Now I want to show you just a couple more. So of course we need another unicorn, but instead of drawing the whole thing or painting the whole thing, we can remember I'm just practicing hair here. So I'm just going to give myself another unicorn body, just like that. Now for this one, this is very fluffy. If we wanted to give it a little bit more body and a little bit more craze, let me show you how much fun that can be. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do something quite similar to that first one. So I'm just putting in these bubbles. There we go. But we want this hair to have a little bit more adventure in it. So we're going to do some that's coming out here and just ending in these little tiny bits. And we can have a little tiny bit here, a little tiny bit there, a little tiny bit here, a little tiny bit there. Now this looks crazy, and I get that, and that's fine that it looks crazy, but let me show you how awesome our line. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little flower right there. So we're going to come right here and we're going to do waves and then little tiny wiggles. So once we're at this point, you can see we've got the blue, the black, and then this lighter blue, but we can take the same brush that we've been painting with, dip it in the water once, and then go over to part of my palette where I have a mixing white. So in my palette, I have two whites, one that stays white, and then one where I can mix any color with a little bit of white to get a lighter version of that color. And so we can come back over here and we can just add some of those same wiggly lines that we've been doing and go right over the top. And you can see that this is pretty bright white, but it actually isn't. It's really just a light blue that's a version of what we've already used. Now from here, if we want, we can go back to the one stroke where we got the original blue color, and we can grab something that's going to be in between and do another layer. You can do as many layers as you want of these wiggly lines, but try and see if you can get them to go over each other and cross underneath and all of this crazy. And it's just going to look like it's got form because we started with form, but then it has this awesome freedom because of all of the variation in color and the variation in texture. So I'm going to show you one that I use all of the time. And this is one that I like to think of it as mermaid hair. And I'm just going for like maximum flow. I want it to look like there is a breeze. Now, if we want it to look like an airplane is coming, then we're going to just make these straight lines because the wind pushes so fast that that's what the hair does. But if we want it to be a light breeze, the hair is going to be lifted by the breeze and then it's going to fall because it's too heavy to keep being lifted. So we're going to come down and up and down, just like that. Or you can do it in the other direction as well. And you just get this nice little curve. Then from behind, I do one more that I tuck coming out. And you can see that this is more than bangs. This is like some of the hair from behind coming over. Then we need to remember that it's coming from the top of the head. And right here, we see the top of the head. So that's not enough. We can bring another one over right like that. And then we can tuck another one even higher than that. So this unicorn has just beautiful body. So it comes down and it ends. Then it comes down, it gets lifted by the breeze and it falls. It gets lifted by the breeze, it falls, and then maybe it lifts up one more time. So you can see that this is just beautiful flowing locks that are just gently swaying over here. Now, how do we do the line work for this? Instead of doing what we did in these 3 other instances where we outlined everything, and then we went ahead and added some highlights after. What I like to do is I like to pretend like this person went in and got highlights in their hair. So I don't know about you, but I feel like whatever was popular when I was 13 is still like secretly the pinnacle of cool. And so if you remember those bright streaks in hair, I still love it. So I've just got my white, and what I want to do is I want to come and I want to do the same lines, but instead of being on the outside and I'm going thin to thick to thin, I'm in the middle now. And I'm just doing these awesome lines, thin to thick to thin, maybe do another one right here, and we're just varying the place that they are. So you can see all of these are valid. You could do any of them. You could do all of them. You could mix and match. You could have straight hair, but then she curled her bangs. You could have, like, it is so much fun. So let's just do one more because of course we can't be done. We could never be done with unicorn hairstyles. So we just get our unicorn hair, nice little triangle right there, and a neck. Okay, doing just that much will even help your ability to draw these beautiful unicorns. This is turn of the century, Anne of Green Gables. I'm loving it. She is just so cute. I wish she could tell me a story. I want to know what she had for breakfast and who she's having over for tea. Like, it's so fun. Okay, you guys, you can do this. Unicorns are there for our love. They are there for our flow and our movement. We want to make sure that we take the time to give them everything we can. And hairstyles are one of the funnest places to do that. So, love you guys. Absolutely love face painting with you all the time. Throw comments down in the description if you want more videos like this one, and I hope to see you again soon.